Hello everyone. Uh, so actually in this video we are going to talk about ServiceNow basics. So if you are new to ServiceNow and if you are the beginner learner of ServiceNow, then this video is going to beneficial for you. So this is this is basically from the zero level. I'm going to demonstrate about the ServiceNow tool. So, in this video, you are going to get that feel that how ServiceNow looks like. What are the key components of of this tool? So, you in this video you will get familiar about this tool more. And so this is just very basic of the ServiceNow from the zero level. In my next upcoming videos, I'm going to cover step by step and enhance that learning for you. So in my coming videos, I'm going to launch a video on the ServiceNow core, where we will be discussing more about the core part of the ServiceNow. That is the first step to learn ServiceNow. But here, just to get familiar with the tool, because that is very important to get familiar with the tool before starting with any tool. So once you get familiar once you get that feel that how ServiceNow looks, what are the key components, then after that, if you start learning ServiceNow, then it will be easy for you to understand the core of the ServiceNow. Okay, so that's why this video is purely on ServiceNow basics. And um, the topics which we are going to cover under this video are these ones. So first I am going to discuss with you that what is ServiceNow. Okay. After that, I will walk through you on the ServiceNow platform, like how it looks like, what are the key things, and what is the I will tell you what is the feel of that service now when you go to any ServiceNow platform, any ServiceNow instance, then how it looks like, how it is useful to you. So that feel I will provide you in this particular topic walkthrough of ServiceNow. Then tables and fields, forms and list view, modules and application menu, views in list, creating filters and favorites on list. So if you're very new to ServiceNow, then all these technical terminologies you are not aware, and right now it is a strange to you. But I will tell you once I will give you a practical glance on these, then you will get to know what are these keywords. Okay, so now we will start with what is ServiceNow. So ServiceNow is basically just a SaaS tool. So there are other SaaS tools in the market. SaaS stands for this SaaS stands for software as a service. Okay. So software as a service means it is a software tool and it can be used by the organization to provide services to the various clients. So that's why we call it a SaaS. And there are other SaaS tools in the market. ServiceNow is not the only one. So when we say that software as a service, that means first thing is there are two ways. If you are building any software and providing it as a service, then there are two ways through which you can do that. First is either you prepare that software on the server completely, okay, the on-prem server, and the second thing is you prepare that software on the cloud server. Okay, so ServiceNow is completely on the cloud server. Okay, there is on-prem server on the ServiceNow company side, but that is all global servers. But for the client perspective, it is a cloud server. So you can say that. So if these all these terminologies are very technical to you, then in the simple language, we can say that ServiceNow is a cloud-based software service. Okay, that is one part of the ServiceNow. ServiceNow starts with software as a service. So in the starting around 20 years back, if I say, so when the ServiceNow was on the initial stage, it was only limited with the software as a service part. But later on, after year by years, it increases its business, and now ServiceNow also used is being used as a workflow automation. That means it we can create different workflows, and we can automate your processes, automate the processes under ServiceNow. And next is centralized platform. It is centralized platform. That means that you can centralize everything in the ServiceNow. You can centralize everything at one place, and from that place you can operate all of the organization's processes and data. So that these are the key things through which we can define ServiceNow in a proper way. Okay. So first is it is a SaaS, software as a service. Second, it is a workflow automation. It is a centralized platform. Okay. So in brief, that is ServiceNow. Okay. So now we talk about walkthrough of ServiceNow platform. Okay. Now I'm going to open one of the ServiceNow test instance I've already created. Okay. So just look into this to get that feel. How we can create. You can also create your separate instances for practice. Okay, for if you want to do the practice at your home by yourself, then you can also create one of these ServiceNow instance and you can practice that. That I will tell you in my later video in the ServiceNow core. I will be launching in few days. So there you will check that how to create your separate instance and how you can practice out of that. So that is the other topic um, that you will all get all the details in my next upcoming video. So here, this is one of the ServiceNow instance I have already created for you. And this is how the ServiceNow homepage looks like. So here the banner is ServiceNow. Here some all favorites, history admin. This is ServiceNow label. This is it will show you, this will show your profile data and everything. Okay. So now I will start from here first. So when you click as the normal form, when whatever form you opens on the internet, you usually see this right hand side. It will give you your photo with your name and everything. So this is similar to that. So when you click here, you will see that right now it is system administrator, but in the real practice, when you will be working in ServiceNow, in the real scenario, it will give your name here. Okay, and your photo, if you want to upload, you can upload, but it depends. Like usually we do not upload any photo on the business side, so it will give just a blank here. Now you can click on profile here. If you click on profile, it will open your profile. So whatever your profile is there, if you're working on ServiceNow instance, you should have one user profile. So we say it as a user profile. If you're using ServiceNow, you are a user, and your profile would be said as a user profile. Okay, so this is your user profile. On this profile, it will show your name, first name, last name, title, your email. So uh, here it would be your maybe your business email in the real scenario, and then time zone, which time zone you are working. So all these and the mobile phones. So these are all the personal details or professional details. That is a mixed kind of. So these now you can see it's a very limited fields that is showing here. Um, and in the starting, if you want to set your password, you can set your password from here. It is just similar things as suppose on any website you are setting your password like from old password to new password, or if you want to reset your password, it's kind of same thing. So just when you click on that, it will land you one page, and there you can just set your password. Okay. Now, if you want to see other details of you, so just go to here. Okay, these lines. Okay, so if you're very new to ServiceNow, then these lines we call it in the ServiceNow terminology, we call it as a hamburger sign. Okay, so these lines you can click and it will open this list of options to you. And if you want to see other fields on your profile, more data on your profile, then you just click on default view. Right now it is self-service view. Self-service view is very limited. You have to click on default view. And what are these views and all these things? These are technical things which I will tell you later. But right now, if you want to see more information, just click on default view. When you click on default view, it will reload again, and now you can see more fields. Okay, so now you can see department, from which under which department you are working. So department you can see. Okay, photo. Now here you can upload your photo, and the other things like what all roles you have. So what is roles, what is groups, that I will tell you in the ServiceNow core video that I said initially that I will be launching in few days. But what all roles you have, what all groups you are a part of. So all the details which is related to you can see here. Okay, what are the subscriptions you have made. Delegates means if you just put a delegate that if you are not present or you're not working in the place of you, what which person would take that work under the same roles. So that is delegate. Okay, so here just I want to explain you that this is the way you can go to your profile, and this is the way through default view you can go to more details on your profile. Okay, so this is one of the thing. Now here again on the same, you can see preferences. You have just seen the profile. Now you can see preferences. So preferences, when I click, so here you can see that displays. These are just the settings. So you can change personalized settings in any website. Similarly, in ServiceNow, you can go to preferences and change your personalized settings. So you can change the display in which, if you want to change the color or if you want to change the fonts of your instance, you can do that from here. Theme, if you want to put a dark, um, this is the dark theme, this is light theme, so you can change that. Accessibility, okay, you want to reduce the motion. So all these things are, these are the cosmetic things which you can do on your instance on your choice. It is not helpful to any of your project or any of your business. It is just uh, to increase your uh, experience of working. It is your personal things. Okay, so here are the notifications. Okay, so if you want to receive notifications means emails. Okay, so if you want to receive, if you want to disable that or not, so all these things are here. You can change the language, time format, time zone. Okay, if you want to. So basically these things can be used for testing purpose as well. Suppose if you want to test some scenario in US time zone, if you want to test some scenario in Europe, Australia, or maybe Australia time zone, so you can just change the time zone here and you can test your scenario. In that perspective, it is useful. Otherwise, I think if you are working from India, so you always select India here. Okay, this is again user experience. I will not go that much in detail. This is not much important thing. It is just that you should know that this is the option which is there in ServiceNow under your profile section. Okay, keyboard shortcuts, impersonate user. So basically, this is one of the important thing for testing purpose. Like suppose if you want to impersonate some user, impersonate means um, if you are viewing that particular configuration in the perspective of some other user. So suppose which I told you that in under user profile there are multiple roles. Okay, so suppose you have some specific role one, other user specific role two. Okay, and you want to test particular functionality in the perspective of role 2. Okay, so you just impersonate that user having that role 2, and then you can test that functionality. So it's just that you are impersonating the user and you are performing couple of actions in the perspective of that user profile. Okay, so you can search the user here, just suppose able tutor. So you can just click on that, and when you click on impersonate user, then it automatically loads. So now you can see that now it opens this instance with the profile of able tutor. Okay, so I have not logged in as a able tutor. I have just impersonated as a able tutor. Okay, so that I can check couple of things. I can verify couple of things that how this user is looking to those things. Means if I want to check particular configuration that is running successfully or not. So I want to test that for able tutor this particular thing is actually running or not, or for able tutor this particular configuration is okay or not. So what I will do is, because I won't be getting his login and credentials to log in this instance, definitely he won't give me. So what is the alternative for me to verify? That is, I impersonate with able tutor profile and I check that part of configuration, and then I make that output that yeah, it is working for able tutor. Okay, so in that perspective it is useful. And when my work is done, then I just end that impersonation. So to end that impersonation, just click on end impersonation. Okay, now that is done. The elevate role. Elevate role is something related to security purpose. I will tell you when I will be discussing with you in the technical part in my core service now videos. So there you will get clarity on this one. But right now I'm skipping this part. Okay, so that's all. I think log out, you can log out from here. So that's related to this part. Now, what else? When I click on all, so this is the filter. So basically, if you want to search anything, you can type here. Suppose if I want to go to something incident, I just search incident and I can see all the things which is related to incident comes here. So it's if you want to search anything which you want to open, you can search here. Okay. I think if you're very new to ServiceNow, video by video, you will get more familiar that how what in how specifically we can search here. But it's just for now. You can keep in mind that you can search something here so that you can filter out this list. This list is very long, so it is helpful in searching your particular configurations which you want to open. Okay. So this search favorites, if you want to tag anything that comes on your similarly like in the web browser, you if you want any URL to make it as a bookmark so that on the top it is easily accessible to you always. So that's in the same way, like if anything which you want to open rigorously, you can just make it as a favorite, and you just go to here and open that. You need not to search here again and again with a particular filter. So it's just for easy access. Okay, history just like in the recent what you have opened. Suppose in the recent 7 minutes ago, I opened the user profile for system administrator. So that's why it is giving me this. So in the recent history, what all things you have opened, you can directly access that from here. Okay, admin related things you can perform here. Okay, so this is as simple as that. So there is no rocket science. It's just you have to be familiar with the tool on which you are interested to working. Okay, now I will move to the next topic. So I've given you walkthrough of ServiceNow platform. Now I'm giving you overview on the key key components like that would be used in day-to-day practice in ServiceNow. So you should be knowing on these kind of keywords or these kind of technical terms. So basically, now tables and fields. This is one of the most important thing in ServiceNow. So ServiceNow is basically depends on these two things only. Everything in ServiceNow is related to this. Okay, so in every software, data is very important. Okay, I hope that you already know that data is very important when it comes to any software related things. So without data, there you can't set any process. Okay, it all depends on data. So how to collect the data? Data is stored in forms of tables. Okay, so that we call as tables. Anything which stores the data is tables. Okay, so in database, tables are there. Now, if you store the data, how you store the data? You can't store it in any way, right? If suppose I have thousand of data in different um, in different way. Okay, so I can't store thousand of data at one place. Just I'm storing that data. Suppose if you have um, in your bag, if you have suppose 500 suppose 20 different kinds of items. Okay, so and if there is a basket, if you throw all the 20 items in only one basket, then it will be messed up. Okay, it is very difficult to maintain that basket with full of 20 different items or 50 different items. But now if I say that one item is suppose some notebook, one is pen, one is headphone, one is a scissor. Okay, three four items of scissor, all these different kinds of items. So what I will tell you that just make sections of one type of item, make different sections, and then store it as per the item wise. What is the type of that item, store in that particular section only. So those sections are the fields. Okay, so under tables there are fields. So just to store the data in the organized way, we create fields under table so that we can segregate that this type of data is stored in this type of field. Okay, so now on the platform, now let's go to the ServiceNow instance. And now I will tell you what are the tables, how it looks like, how the fields look like, and how it is we can um, keep track of fields or tables on the ServiceNow instance. So here you just write table. Okay, and there are a lot of things coming, but um, okay, so here you can see tables and columns. First we will go to tables. Okay, let me first check. I think it's not opened or something. It is there. Okay, so tables. So I just click on tables, and here you can see that these are the different tables. So what I will do, I will open first one of the table for you. Incident, suppose. Just click here. Okay. So here, this is one of the table created in ServiceNow. So you can see that table incident. So the label of the table is incident. This is the backend name. So this is the backend name. Actually, this is the unique name because we need, if we want to access this table somewhere in our development, so we need one unique name to so that we can get the data of this table. Okay, so this is the unique name, this is the label. This is just for label purpose, but this is the backend name which is important to access that. Okay, extends table. So basically um, there could be the nested hierarchy. Suppose one table one is there, and under table 1 table 2 is created, maybe under table 2 table 3 is created. So if any table is created under some particular table, then the parent of that table that is mentioned on here in the extends table field. Okay, so this is table. These columns which you see, these are the fields. So there are different fields according to the different data we want to store under this table. So we created different fields. So these columns we call it as a fields. We can create a number of fields in the table. There is no limit, and there are specific types which I will describe later. But these are the fields for now. You can keep this in mind that these are the fields under the table. Now controls if we go. So basically for now, just in the simple language, you say that controls is basically used for security purpose as well. Suppose create access controls. If I checkbox, if I click on this one and save this, then it will automatically create some security rules. Um, so basically, it creates some security rules to access the data, to control the access of that data, so that we can put the security on the data part. So this is just in the technical wise I will go later, but just have a look on this, that how it looks like, what are the what are the things here. So this application access means just to access this table or application, it is configured here. Okay, so more technically I will describe later, but right now this is the table, these are the fields. Okay, now forms and list view. Okay, what is form view, what is list view? So right now we open this as, suppose if there is anything, we open just suppose tables have opened. Okay, so tables, this is the list view. If I'm opening it right now, you can see this is the list view of the um particular item. It could be anything, either it is that tables, or maybe suppose if I go here and if I search incident. Okay, and if I open this, so this is the list view. On the list view, it 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 shows me, so incident is a table. This is the list view. This is the columns means these are the fields, different fields. So this is called as a list view. Okay, on the list view we can apply filters as well. When you go here, suppose it is now right now showing me 67 records. It contains all of the records under this particular table, but I want to see only specific records. Okay, so suppose I want to see only those records which are closed. Okay, so what I will put, I will put a filter here, that state is closed, and I run that filter. So now you can see that it is showing me only 27 records. Filter is applied and now it is limited. Okay. Up. So now what I can do is the thing which I told you, that favorites, right? So suppose in my daily practice, if I open same list, okay, if I want to check same list daily, then what my task is, daily I have to go to the this, we call it as a navigator. Okay, so every day I go to this navigator, I search incidents here, I open this list, I put a filter here, state equals to close, then I run the filter. Okay, these are the steps I have to do daily. If I want to check this list, closed incidents list daily. So what I will do is I will just go to here. I just create a favorite for this. Okay, and I will just put a label. Any label you can put, any meaningful label. So right now I'm just giving it label as closed incidents and just go done. Okay. Now it create a filter. Now I go to here. I just refresh this page. I go to favorites. Now you can see that one favorite is created, which I just created, closed incidents. Now when I click on it, it directly opens me closed incident list. Okay, the filter is already applied. So next time if I want to see this, I just go to the favorites and click on this. I need not to do the extra steps for this. So in this perspective, favorites is important. Okay. So this is list view. Okay. Now, if I want to open any particular record from the list view, suppose this one, I just open it, and now for the particular record, it opens the form. Okay, that we call it as the form view. Okay, in the form view, we see each and every field here and the value in the each and every field. Okay, that is list view. That is form view. Okay, so I'm just telling you these terminologies because these are the terminologies if you are working on ServiceNow, you should know. That's why it is these are the very basic session of ServiceNow. Forms and list view, I told you. Now modules and application menu. So what is modules? What is application menu? So when you go to here, all these things which you can see are modules. Okay, we call as module. So when I say incident module, then you just type incident, and yeah. So actually these are the modules: create new, assign to me, open, resolved, all. So create new is actually it will create a new form to generate an incident. This all open will open the list of incidents with open status. All will display you all the list. In the list view, it will display you all the incidents. So basically these are the modules, and here you can see this is the application menu. Okay, under this application menu you can see these modules. So um basically to we can club multiple modules under one application menu. So application menu is kind of title. Okay, so if you want to club multiple modules under one title, so for that you create application menu first, and then you create modules under it. So I can say that this is the application menu, and under this application menu multiple kind of modules have been created. Okay, got it. So now you know this terminology, that if anyone say that this module, then you just search here and these are the modules. Okay, and if anyone says that application menu, then this is the title which is given for the modules. Okay, how to create application menu, how to create module, that I will go, that technical part I will be covering in the ServiceNow core sessions. Okay, so I'm just getting you familiar with these terminologies at the moment. Now views in the list, that I will already told you, that I had already told you that views are basically, we go to here, these are different views on the user profile. Some minutes ago we have seen in the starting that user profile in one self-service view it was showing you only limited fields, and when we switch to default view it was showing more fields. So basically views is one particular form. This is form view, right? So one particular form, in how many ways you want to display the information, that is view. Suppose I belong from a different kind of department, finance department. So one form I want to finance department, I want to show only 10 fields. Okay, so in the form I will create a, on the form I will create a one view. Okay, finance view suppose, and I will display only 10 fields to finance people. Okay, so that view is limited to finance department. Suppose the HR department, the same view, the same form I want to display to HR department also, but suppose to HR department I want to display information of 15 fields on the form. So I will create a HR view and I will display 15 fields to the HR department. So in that perspective, view is useful. Okay. So how to access the views? You just go to here on the form, on any form, or also you can on the list also you can see this is view. So you just go to these three lines and under view you can select the views. What are the available views that is displayed under this only? Okay, you can switch the views and you can see different views of that particular form. So that is view. Now creating filters and favorites on list, that I have already showed you. We created just to remember again, this is the filter we created and added it to our favorite list. Okay, so basically this is the kind of tool, getting familiar with this tool. This is just a very basic. Okay, this is just a terminology thing. um so we, in the coming days, we are starting with the ServiceNow core session. In there, I will be taking topics one by one and starting with the core of ServiceNow. Okay, if you want to grow in ServiceNow, that core, you have to build the core of the ServiceNow very clearly. That are the concepts of ServiceNow. If your concepts are clear, then all of the future modules are would be very clear to you. Okay, because ServiceNow has various modules, and each and every module is built on that particular concepts or on that particular core only. If your core is very clear, you will learn each every module very easily. Okay, so just be with me and keep looking to my channel for the future videos. uh, there could be some delay, but in the coming days definitely I will be launching more videos and launching. I will try to cover each and every concept for you guys. I want that you grow in this technology, and yeah, keep checking my channel. Please like and subscribe my channel to get the notifications. And I think that this video we have covered all the topics which we want to cover. So we covered all the topics. I hope if you're very beginner, I hope this is very useful to you. This is just to take an uh, knowledge on the terminology, just to take that feel of service now. Okay. But yeah, keep watching my channel. I will be loading more videos, and I will first starting with step by step from the core of ServiceNow, so that you will get uh, to know the concepts of ServiceNow. Okay, and yeah, keep liking my videos, subscribe my channel to get the updates, and put your views and comments. I will be closely looking to the comments to answer your questions, or I will improve my videos according to your comments if you have any suggestions. And yeah, keep liking. With your likes, I will get to know that these are the responses, and I will get that encouragement to do more videos. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to me. We will meet again. Thank you.